What is up everyone, Osman Fong here. Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday. I hope you had a wonderful 2024 and ready for 2025 to come. If you're watching in 2025, Happy New Year! So in this video, I want to talk about my personal journey in 2024. What I had back in January 2024 is very different than in right now December 2024. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So in this year of 2024, there's a lot of crazy stuff in the world happening. AI is taking over the world. That means a lot of people are using tools such as ChatGPT to look for answers for their questions. I asked a lot of questions there. Recently, I've been using it for complicated math. It has been very interesting. And this year is an election year, so whatever outcome it is, or how it turns out in 2025, we have no controls over it. So we'll just let it happen, and we just need to take care of ourselves, right? I don't worry too much. It's not like I can change it anyway. But enough talking about the world. Let's talk about us here. So in this year, 2024, we had a baby. So if you have been following the channel, I've made a video surprising my family in Easter that we are pregnant, and all the family members are very excited for us. I have made a gender reveal video. We only have one baby, the gender is girl, and we also gave her a name, is Evelina. So the baby was born, very cute. I even made a video talking about the journey giving birth in the women's hospital, so that has been great. Until the final bill show up, my wife had insurance to bring her into the hospital. Because of her situation, she needed to get induced. There is extra charge to it. At the front door, we had to pay about like $3,000 to get a room. For that part, I think the final bill was like $10,000. So the insurance covered like 70% of it, and we had to pay about 30% of it. And then after giving birth, we had to stay in the hospital for like 2 more days. I think in total we spent 3 to 4 days at the hospital. And then our baby Evelina needed some treatment for her jaundice, which is the blue light thing that she has to like get blast on, for like 24 hours. The problem got resolved. Very great. We could go home after 4 days. And then because of the extra stay at the hospital, we got 2 additional bills that we have to pay, which is another $3,000 for my wife's and then $2,400 for Evelina. Luckily for us, we had some savings to cover it. Nobody in the hospital or any clinic would tell you like how much they are before getting you in, because they don't really refuse to give you treatment. Most of the time, hospitals like this, they don't know how much things cost. They just know how to give the service up front, and then later on they will like talk with the insurance. The insurance policy you have covers up to this amount, so we're gonna charge you exactly this amount. So in the hospital, you're charging the insurance for like $7,000, and then they're charging us for $3,000 because just they can. It is a broken system in America. We kind of know it. Something like this that could happen. That is why we have been like saving up money. We have been investing in the stock market as a saving, so we were able to afford it. Evelina has been doing great. She's in her 2nd month right now. She's very cute. She's grown a lot. When she was born, she was 6 pounds. Right now, she's 11 pounds. It is very exciting to see her was being a little cute baby and become slightly bigger. We were used to be able to like put her in her crib easily, but right now we have to like kind of rotate it to lay her down. But right now she's just sleeping on our bed. We bought a king size bed that has the movement absorption. If one partner on the bed like moves, the other partner does not really feel it. It wasn't expensive at all. It was probably like $200 to $300 for the mattress, and the result is pretty great. I'm gonna leave the link down below for the mattress that we chose. So Evelina, since her birth, she has been like waking up every 2 hours. As a first time parents, we don't really know what to do, so we have been like looking at our phone, watching YouTube videos to like understand how we should like take care of her.
Let's try Evelina.
Lizzie's parents were showing up for us maybe for a week. She was also like showing us what to do and taking care of the baby for us while we can sleep a little bit better. But after the first week, we are on our own. We are not too familiar with how to take care of the baby. As soon as the baby cries, we both get up from our bed, try to work together to calm her down. And right now, after 2 months, we get a lot more familiar with how to handle, the diaper change and then the food, heating up the food, cleaning the bottles. We can do it ourselves right now, not needing like to have 2 people to work on it. So that has been great. We were both at first got very annoyed, like not be able to sleep. But as times move on, our experience is getting better.
Que en esta Navidad abramos nuestros corazones
al verdadero significado de la natividad de nuestro Redentor.
The biggest reward for all this trouble is just to see her being able to smile right now. Whenever somebody like get close up to her and start talking to her, she will just smile at you. So that has been a very great reward for us. And right now she wakes up every 3 to 4 hours. She just started eating 5 ounces of milk even before she turned 3 months old. Now my wife, she's not working. She wants to stay at home to grow the baby until she's at least like 1 year old, which I fully support. It's not that we're in financial trouble yet, but that's something I want to talk about later. So recently we just had our Christmas holidays, so we brought the baby over. All the families can have a little fun with her, and we can also get some more sleep while the grandparents are taking care of the baby. The baby's grandparents has been very helpful. The grandma is very experienced. She's been able to change the diapers like within 1 minute. For us, we have to like look things around, take some time. We have to clean the baby like really slowly. But we're enjoying the process. So I want to share with you a little bit of a clips that my baby crying. The more I hear her crying, she's actually singing. The tone that she actually cries matches one of the songs that you might know that came up not too long ago. At the end of the video, I'm gonna put it up. Make sure you stay until the end. So that has been the upside of this year. With upside, we also have some low side. So I wouldn't necessarily call this a downside, but it has been a live event. So I want to talk about my job. So I've been in this company for almost 7 years, 3 months after my graduation from college. It took me quite a long time to find a job. It was mainly because of my status. It is not my grade. All my rejections has been my status. I was an international student. In order for a company to sponsor you, their bookkeeping needs to be perfect. They have to be paying taxes on time. They cannot have any delinquents on their taxes. If their book has been keeping great, if they're gonna get an audit, there is no issue. They will be able to sponsor. A lot of big companies like Shell, Chevron, their companies are too big. If the government wants to audit them, it is going to take like a year or two to just audit one company, and it is going to take a lot of resources, the company's time or the government's time to audit one company to give them a status that okay, you guys can sponsor international students to work for your company. That was the main reason I didn't get hired. By that time, I didn't really know about that detail, so I didn't look for smaller companies until at my month 3, I opened up Chinese newspaper. I found a company saying they are willing to sponsor. The camera company is like a medium size, but their book has been great. It was a personality hire because it was a Chinese company, and the person who hired me was also from China. They're like, okay, with you coming into our company, the culture is not going to change. I was lucky to be in the company for almost 7 years, so I went from getting paid $15 an hour to $16.5 an hour, and then I switched my position from a technical support to a inside sales rep, and I was making $18 an hour. With all the commission combined, my salary was double to $36 an hour. During those years, I have been living frugally. Maybe there's some lifestyle change, just slightly upgrade, like getting another used car and not a new car. So I went from a very beaten down 1994 Toyota Camry that I got it for free from a church member to a 2015 Honda Fit. I still have the car today. So I financed the car. I was able to pay it off in 13 months. I was pretty good with my money. From then, I started investing. Everything that I earned on top of what I've been spending has gone into buying different stocks. That is how my money has been growing, my saving has been growing, and that is how I was able to afford having a baby right now. The biggest change of this year is I got laid off in mid-July. So the company that I was working for was great. The work schedule is kind of flexible. You can take your lunch hour whenever you want. Of course, you have to be in the office, for the 8 hours. I was able to do a lot with that flexible schedule. But the last 2 years, they've been changing their product line. So they have went from a very reliable and consistently good product to a not so good product. The two products came from China. The main one has been the top, and then the second one has been criticized that the quality is not very good. But they have been trying to keep up with the top brand. Because of the incentives from that manufacturer, they gave the company a very low price to buy in so that they can bring them the revenue. Since the product launch, I've been doing comparison. I've been criticizing them for every details that I can find because I'm a technical person and I like to be hands-on. Over the last year, I've been giving suggestions. I've been pushing ideas. My ideas, some are from me, but some are the demands from customers. The customer says, if you want us to buy this product, you need to make this as good as the main one that we have been buying. So I've been doing all this comparison. I've been doing reports. I've recorded videos for my company. They haven't really done much. Now, even though the manufacturer was asking for feedback, for some reason our company are not really giving my feedback to them. It is like every feedback we give, we need to pay to them. A lot of times I would get like the response from my product managers. It's like, okay, if we want to add this, we need to pay about this much. For this reason, we're not going to do that. So I'm the salesperson, right? I voice my concern that I got from my customer and bring it to my company. It just hasn't been any changes. So, on one side, my company has been wanting me to sell this new product, but because of my customers' demand, they have been buying the old product. So I've been trying really hard to try to convert it. I was doing like, can I do mix and match here? Customers, sometimes they're open to it, sometimes they're not. To the customers, it's something that doesn't break. Why change it, right? But for the company side, they're like, if we can make more money, why not do this? Every salesperson, they have the same concern, and the company, for some reason, took my feedback as negative criticism. It is like talking down the company. I was just voicing the concern that the customer gave me. Back in my office, there were 10 salesperson. A lot of them, they've been selling the old product. They don't even try to sell the new product because they don't want to lose customers. But if we try to push it and then they realize, the flaw of this new product has, the customer is going to suffer. They have to bring the camera back to the company for an exchange. We have to charge a restocking fee for this exchange. So that is a pain for the customers or end users. Some sales, maybe 2 of them, didn't want to take the risk. So they didn't sell that at all. And the rest of the 8, including me, was trying to sell this new product. Around early July, they sent in a person who is a decision maker how to restructure this company. They decided to let me go. Maybe they see me as a threat because I brought in other product showing the features the other product has and ours don't. The reason that I would push customers away is because the features that they're looking for, we don't have. So I go online, I look for other brand that has this feature, and I tell the customer to go there and buy it. All my customers has been very nice to me. They appreciate my honesty. They like working with me. So over the time, this customer service that I have has been voiced to the upper management. As the company wants to make money, that I understand, I also want my customers to get what they want. I think that was the only reason that I got laid off. It is because of my performance. Looking at the sales volume, I'm still the top 3 person out of the 10. Also, the company wanted to structure something new. I talked to some of the coworkers who are still working in there. They told me they're keeping the employees who are acting as a robot for the company, meaning they would do whatever the company tell them to, even though it can be unethical. They fired 3 people. One is me, one is a branch manager. I'm thinking because it was costing the company too much to keep him there. They also fired an older lady. So there's a second reason why I don't like this product line beside the features. It is their return policy. So for some reason, the company is giving this product a lifetime warranty. If a customer, for whatever reason, that they are not liking the product, the company is going to take it. Comparing to the previous product, we have policy guideline that there's certain reason we cannot take the return, so that we can keep the return rate to be like less than 1%, so which has been true. But for this new product line, customer has not been liking the features, the camera quality, overall. So there has been a lot of returns, even though there's a lot of sales for this product line, but the return is also greater than 1%, which is not great for the company. The company is only making maybe like 15 to maximum 20% margin, I would say. But with all these return, I don't think the company can keep up. Right now, they're just running this lifetime warranty for maybe a short period of time, and then so that customer can buy it, experience it, return it, and probably the company is going to make some policy change for that return. If they're gonna keep up like this, I think the company is gonna go bankrupt within like 3 years, to be honest. But anyways, I was let go. I got paid $10,000 in severance pay, which is tax deductible. I could only get like about $7,000. And since then, I have not been looking for a job. The main reason is I don't want similar job position anymore. I want to do something hands-on. In the past year, which is in 2023, as you might know, I've been investing in real estate. So the way I did it was very traditional, and I wanted something different. Back then, me and my wife purchased this house, which has a 3-bed and 3-bath. The main goal here is to rent out the unused space, unused bedroom to tenants. We were able to do it for 3 years. That has been keeping up, our monthly payment for this house. Like instead of paying like $2,000 to live in this house, we were only needed to pay about like $600, $700 to live in this house. And lately, because our baby is here, we don't have 2 of our tenants here anymore. We are still making some adjustments for this house. But beside this house, we have a second property, which I have converted this 3-bed 2.5 bathroom house to a 4 bedroom and 3 bathroom house. I didn't really need to turn the half bath into a full bath. That cost me quite a lot of money there. I spent $5,000 to $6,000 extra for this unnecessary upgrade. So we officially launched this renting by the room with 4 bedrooms back in late 2023. So it has been a whole year. There has been several turnarounds. And so far has been great. We're trying to keep our price as affordable as possible so they can stay here longer. So with that property, so far that property has been making about $200 a month for us. It is not that great. Over time, we should be able to make this a little better. When we were renovating the house last year, we really liked it. I have an electrical background. I really like electricity. I like to make lights turn on. Because of that, I want to continue to be in the real estate business. Not necessarily in construction, but more like buying and holding or buying and flipping it. So recently I have joined this network, pay a lump sum of money to be able to get the education and their network. It has opened my eyes to see the new opportunity that is out there. Not a lot of people know about, but it has been getting more and more eyes on it, which I would call a real estate wholesale business. What it is you're trying to work with somebody who is trying to sell really fast. They don't have much time to put it on the market and wait for a right buyer to purchase the house. They just want to get out. So you come in, you offer them a lower price that makes sense for us to make the money. We're trying to buy, a property that is at 70% of their value minus the repair. If they have mortgage, we may be able to take over their mortgage and then pay them some money to move on. Or if they have the house owned outright, we can ask to see if they can sell or finance it for us so we can do some real estate investing on our end. That has been a new thing to me, even though this kind of real estate investing has been going on for like decades. It has just not been taught in school. Nobody knows about it. That is why we had to pay a lump sum of money to learn this kind of stuff. Even though the cheapest course out there, without you going in person to learn, also requires like a few $1,000s just for the course. The one I joined in is Texas only. They have lawyers, they have all kinds of people. They would make sure everything is done right for you, so you don't have to look for your own power team. So I've started it in the very beginning, as my wife was still pregnant. So we went out and do some door knocking. We have gotten some great response, but we just haven't officially closed the deal. 2 months has passed by. I have been holding back on going more full into this kind of real estate investing. However, I have a different way on doing it. So there has been 2 things went on. The first thing is I partner with someone. So with this deal, I give out my knowledge and my time to help renovate a house. So this partner, they purchased this house. They did some small renovation for the house. It had just been sitting on the market for over 10 months. But then they asked for help online. So I went in, I talked to them, took a look at the house. I gave some opinions and I put in some analysis, for the area to see what kind of upgrades there is for the area. Compare this house to the other house. I came up with this renovation plan. This partner likes it, so they bring me in as a renovation partner or a GC. So I made a video about this house. Not all the numbers has been shown yet because the house still hasn't been sold. This house has been getting a lot of tractions. People coming to see the house. The house has turned a bit more pretty. The bathroom is renewed. The kitchen is renewed. The house were a little bit too dark, so we added some light. The house has been opened up and it feels a lot bigger and inviting. They liked my work. They liked how I approach things. So I would say I have built a solid connection with them. In the future, if they have some new deals, they will also try to look for me to give them value. So I have a second deal that is going on. Because of this network that I joined, I can use that 401k to purchase an investment property. Recently, I have bought an investment property out of a rush. Overall, it wasn't a good deal, but I wanted the experience because I learned by personal experience and not by other people's experience. I bought a house 1 hour north Houston. I bought this house in this new subdivision, which is still building new houses over the years. So my rush buying the house, got me to this kind of a bad deal. The main goal of this house is to sell it. I'll be able to sell the house at their current value at a much higher interest rate. So there has been so many people who are interested in the house, but also there are other houses for sale in that area. My very unique settings comparing to what is on the MLS is that I am seller financing, I'm the bank, so I get to choose what down payment the buyer puts down. Traditionally, a regular family wants to buy a house. They also need 20% down. So for this house, it is like $60,000. And nobody has $60,000 laying around, right? I step in, I ask for a lower down payment. I asked for $30,000. I asked for $25,000. I can even go as low as $15,000 down. But in return, I will need a higher monthly payment or higher interest rate. So this strategy is called wrap around mortgage, and this is only aiming for people who cannot get a loan from a traditional bank. So I've owned this house for 2 months already. I spent about 1 month fix the house, clean up the house. Right now it has been on the market for about 1 month, and hopefully in the upcoming year I'm able to get somebody to buy this house. I want to see the whole process to be done so that I can scale up my next business plan. So besides real estate investing, which is not a very active role, so after I got laid off from my previous company, I got reached out by several of my customers who was offering me a job to work for them. So I accepted one of them. I am their outside salesperson and also a technician. This position is like a part-time. I get paid like $25 an hour. This job has enabled me to continue with real estate investing and staying at home for my kids and for my wife. It has been great. I don't make a lot of money there, going from like $36 an hour to like $25 an hour. I don't get 40 hours a week either. There is only work whenever there is a project. I had a blast not needing to go to work. I don't really feel like I'm tied into this corporate world. Getting laid off, I became so much happier. My time is a lot more flexible. So right now, I'm kind of like experience how retirement feels like, while still worrying how I should spend my money. I think everything happens for a reason. I personally believe in God. I'm a Christian. I have experienced everything in my life that is out of my control has been controlled by God. For this layoff, it is very specific. My wife, she needed a lot of support with her pregnancy and having our baby Evelina. It is very overwhelming for my wife. So during the first 2 months, her emotion jumped up, really high, really low. It is very unstable for her. I think God actually put me here for her to help her regulate, and everything that has happened this year is definitely for a reason. Even though I get a layoff very sudden, so I was in shock because I know that I'm a valuable employee to them. Everybody in the office knows it. Whoever that was making the decision was not in the office. They're kind of like the third party person that brought into this branch to evaluate everyone. So it was about 2 years ago that I was ready to move on because I don't find any achievement in the company anymore. For the last 2 years I've been like looking for a job, but the offer were not high enough to replace my current position. I was kind of like stuck. I was not in a position to immediately move out, doing a different kind of career path. Maybe that was also what God wanted me to do, to stay in this company, to have like this stable job and continue to build my savings over time until recently. God said, you have been wanting to go, so here we go. I have the company let you go, but also pay you some severance pay. That was quite nice. I just have to like move on to the next phase. So right now I feel a lot of freedom and also seeing so many opportunities still out there. So I have been making videos for almost 4 years now. My channel didn't grow as fast as I wanted. I try to put out contents as much as possible because of some videos that I have made pretty good contents of. About a month ago, I reached my first 1,000 subscribers, which made my channel monetizable. Because of the monetization, I'm actually getting paid by YouTube. Right now, the money that I receive from YouTube is not a lot. I make maybe like $3 a day, which is a good start, I would say. If you have made good video that can last for ages, everybody would just come back and like look at your video. Whenever I come up with a video idea, I would want to see what kind of competition is out there. If you go back to my videos, certain videos that are doing a lot better than the other ones, most of the people they come in is because maybe they search something on Google that is like an external link, or they search on YouTube how to clean this ice maker. The video I made has a better thumbnail and more clear instruction than whatever that is out there already. I'm happy that I was able to take the cake from there, but I cannot just stop here. Since my channel has been monetized, I want to consistently produce content for my channel, so you guys can also look at my journeys, look at what I can put up with. As soon as you see an ad pop up, you actually give me 1/10 of a cent. So thank you so much. So every year, I kind of make this video talks about my net worth for the year. I'm not ready to make that video yet, so stay tuned for that. So just like everyone, they also have their New Year resolution. I want to put up 3 New Year resolutions that I want to achieve this year. And the first one is to be able to consistently post once a week on this YouTube channel. Even though the content is crappy, the editing might not be the best, I will still put up 1 video a week to make sure you guys are enjoying me talking. I want to show up here every week to talk to you guys so that we can stay connected in a way. So the second resolution is whenever the baby is old enough to sleep for 8 hours a day, me and my wife will be able to fully fully recover consistently at night, get our mind straight for our next financial journey. So we'll be working as a team, focusing on the real estate career. Compared to traditional real estate, we'll be doing in our unique way, and also we'll be sharing our service and knowledge to other investors who are interested. So that is something I want to achieve in next year and hopefully have it working by the end of the year. And the third resolution I want to make is that we really want to travel back to Hong Kong, which is my own country. I really want to bring our baby Evelina to our home country and visit our family. My resolution is making enough to pay for the trip to go back to Hong Kong maybe for a month, so all the family members can experience holding our baby. So if you're one of them that is in Hong Kong wanting to hold my baby, please do. We are planning to come back in 2025 and see you guys. Thank you so much for watching. It's been great in 2024, and thank you for the YouTube algorithm. What is your 2025 resolution? Feel free to leave your comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Shh.